Yeah, what's up? What it do? Right back at you another video, man. I just want to touch on a few things, man, that I've been hearing for the last few days. You had Tariq Nasheed. He was interviewed by Nick Cannon a couple of days ago. I think the interview was done months ago, but I think Nick Cannon just released it. Very good interview. Tariq Nasheed answered a lot of good questions. Nick Cannon asked a lot of good questions, man, and I think Tariq Nasheed held his ground. Very good answers, and I think Nick Cannon asked some good, very good questions that a lot of people want to hear that didn't disagree with a lot of the things that Tariq talked about. It wasn't that much. It was probably like one or two questions. You know what I'm saying? But the topic that I want to talk about is the Harriet Tubman movie. When they touched on that, and he said that he wouldn't go to the Caribbean and make a movie and discredit their history. And a lot of people, like I say, when a lot of people agree with people, they don't even think and realize what he said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break this down. Because first of all, he made a movie called 1804. You know what I'm saying? Bigging up the Haitians for the revolution that they did when they fought off these Europeans and beat them, got their island, got their land. All right. Now let me break this down to you. First of all, when he said that with the Harriet Tubman movie, he wouldn't go to a country and make a movie. First of all, there's no black people, there's no black Caribbeans, no black Africans making movies to discredit black people. So of course you, Tariq, would not go and do the same thing and do what white people are doing. Go make a movie discredit. Who made a movie? What black African or black Caribbean made a movie that's discrediting American history? Of course you wouldn't do it, because first of all, it's not black people in general doing that in the first place. It's all European, it's all American based, mostly high budgeted companies that's doing this, that's ran by Europeans, that's coming out with these movies. So of course you wouldn't do that, because no Caribbean is coming over here doing that. Now we talking about a role. So when the Harriet Tubman movie came out, we had an African woman that at the time Pamela Harris was running for president. It was a lot of bullshit going on. A couple of people in the shade room, a couple of people for the Roots. That Tariq was finding out that some of these people, the smallest percentage of some of these people backgrounds was Caribbean. So I mean was black immigrants. That he was getting into it with. You know what I mean? So he found a niche. Okay, that on top of that you had Antonio Moore, Yvette Carnell speaking about. They wasn't speaking on stuff what Tariq was speaking about. They were speaking about certain things like reparations and benefits that the black immigrants came over here. And the Africans came over here. It was taken. Even Yvette Carnell she even came out with a segment saying that Africans are the reason why blacks in America are slaves, and it was them that sold us out. All that, man. It started becoming. It started to sound like white supremacist points on why who was really the fault of slavery. They start going to that extent. So that's when this was about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when this first started. So when she took that movie, Tariq was digging a lot of people up. He felt that the movie was dictating Harriet Tubman in a wrong way, which it was. A lot of people didn't go see it, so he felt that it should be boycotted. A lot of people were saying the movie was fake, which was made by Europeans. It wasn't made by no Africans or no black Caribbeans or whoever, black, whatever you want to say. It was budgeted by whites, and it was made by whites, created by whites, written by whites, foundational. And blacks played in the movie. The main character was the African woman that said some faulty shit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Now she said some faulty shit. Now this is where it get tricky at. Is when they start to say, especially Tariq, they would start to say that she took the role because she wasn't connected to the lineage here, and when you start to listen to stuff like that, and some people start, it's like a preacher. Some people believe anything. Some people say, when you say it had to be an audition, right? So you mean to tell me that it was no foundational blacks at this audition? And I guarantee you they read the script. I guarantee you that they read the script. She just beat them in the role. I guarantee you that they didn't get her because she was African. They didn't say, oh, she has an African background, we're going to get her. They was going to get anybody that played the movie, and I guarantee you it was more foundational blacks that went to audition for that movie than less. I think it was another person that supposed to play the role, and she didn't get the role. So she would have played the role. Some people like, oh, first it was that they should have put the other girl in, and so she would have played the role that y'all saying that she only took because she wasn't connected. That's why she took that role that was fake and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear people that say stuff like that, oh, a foundational black wouldn't have took that's fucking cap. And you know it. So then, with the Nick Cannon interview, that's the reason why I want to speak on this topic, is because even with the Nick Cannon interview, when he brought up that, a lot of people was in the comments, and I was reading the comments, I seen somebody say, well, I really do feel that a foundational black should play these roles, right? I see somebody come and say, well, you have a lot of Britain actors coming that's beating these, black Britain actors that's beating these American actors out, and they even beating the white American actors out because they're just acting better. They're just getting the roles because they're doing a better job. You know what I'm saying? She went on to say, well, I feel that, if it was them and they had a role and it was a history movie, I don't think that black people would play their roles. And I said, see, this is all bullshit. Because if all the African movies that we done seen, African-based movies in America that we done seen, it was foundational blacks playing the characters. They even changed their voice with an accent to speak English, but with an African accent. So many movies, Hotel Rwanda, Mandela's. I mean, you could just keep naming all these African-based movies that came out that was made in America. You know what I'm saying? African history. A lot of African history, and it was foundational blacks playing the main characters. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? It's so many movies. I mean, there's so many movies. Not even, it don't even have to be a historical movie, but it was just so many movies that came out like that, and it was other people, other ethnicities playing a role. We have a lot of British black actors right now playing a lot of American roles. They real accent is Britain when they speak, but then they can turn it off like Idris Elba, whatever. Man, I can't even pronounce that dude's name. But when he played on The Wire, man, I had no idea that dude was from Britain until he had an interview. And I seen it, I'm like, I thought he was playing when he was speaking like that, man. You know what I'm saying? When they asked him a couple of questions and he was speaking like he had a Britain accent, I was like, my mouth was wide open, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But then I realized, man, well, he can act. He got the role. He pulled it off as a street dude on The Wire, and he had me fooled. He had everybody fooled. That's acting, man. That's the art of acting. It's an art. So when you say, somebody should come do an art because they're here, that this artist should draw this picture because come on, man, y'all starting to sound stupid now, man. It's starting to y'all only saying that to go with your narrative. It don't even make sense. He's like Jackie Chan, man. He played a lot of historical movies that we all see on Netflix. You go down the line. He played Buddhist monks. He from Japan. He played Buddhist monks, different Chinese historians, different assassins, old movies. But he get the role because he's a guy that can pull it off. He can do the stunts. You know what I'm saying? Even he Asian descent. He's not specifically from that country that some of these roles that he get. So now but black people want to do that. Just like the same with Europeans. We got a lot of Braveheart, a lot of historical movies like Braveheart. Man, so many barbarian movies, man, that was in Ireland and all these movies that white people from America play the main characters. Even with Braveheart, when Mel Gibson played that, he put on a Irish accent. He's American though. He don't have no Irish background, but he played an Irish character in very, very long history that they had when they was going against the kings and the Britain, the Britain army back then. You know what I'm saying? In London. So how can we pick and choose now who plays certain characters? You know what I'm saying? Black people, man, we just. And then the people that follow these people, man, they just believe everything and go along with everything without even thinking, without even processing certain things that's being said. You know what I mean? So when that woman took that character from Harriet Tubman, man, it had nothing to do with her taking that character because she wasn't a foundational black, and she just read the script and said, "Oh well, I could play this fucked up scene," because the girl that poster had played the character before that lost to her would have played the same character. You know what I mean? She would have played the same character. And the movie wouldn't have got changed up. Oh, she only took it. Come on, man, that sounds ridiculous. She only took it because it wasn't real, and it is. Man, come on, man, come on. Just think about how that sounds. With somebody else writing a movie, you got other people that's writing a movie. It's almost like this, man. I'm running a business. My business is doing some bullshit. Then you come to my business and blame the workers. You come into my business to blame the workers. These are the people that don't have nothing to do with the business being ran, but you blaming the workers. How effective are you going to be if you go to the workers and complain to them? You know what I mean? You can't go complain to the workers because I'm like, shit, man, I'll just get a paycheck. I work for them. You know what I mean? Now y'all try to dictate and say, pick and choose who can play certain characters, even if they're not good enough for the job, even if they're not beating nobody out. But yeah, just choose them. That's only black people saying shit like that. Because every other culture, they let other people play. As long as you can pull it off, they let other people play characters with their history. But black people now, all of a sudden, we always on some bullshit, man. This whole thing is on some bullshit. We the only people that do this. There's no Latinos going after other Latinos saying, oh, you Latinos from here. Come on, man. There's no other Europeans going after other Europeans saying, you Europeans from here, you Irish people, you Italian people here. Man, come on, man. And then you got people that'll come and say, well, you know it is. They at least they on code. Come on, man. The Caribbeans and the Africans numbers are so small. Especially Africans. You don't even see African every day. These Africans are doing nothing to affect nobody's life. You had Toad Talk speaking on certain things. Say when he was at UCLA, these Africans, these Africans. Come on, man. A small amount of number that the Africans are going to UCLA getting an education. And you felt that it should be founded. Man, first of all, it's not even their fault. They came out here, went to school. You know what I'm saying? Then you got, it just sounds like hate to me, man. It sounds like hating, man. Like straight up hating. So I just want to speak on that and let people dissect, man, some of these things that people really say. You have to really listen to it. You can't just go along with it, because if you just go along with it, man, it's going to be a narrative thing, and it's not going to make no sense at the end of the day. Peace.